All right, so I'm here to talk to you today about uh, your purpose. This is a concept I feel gets talked about a lot, thrown around a lot, um, and there's a lot of fear that comes into talking about this particular issue. I know for myself, I've experienced it as kind of a burden in my life. It's like, fuck, okay, there's this thing I'm supposed to be doing here. I have no idea what it is, but I'm supposed to be really good at it, and I'm supposed to do it for the rest of my life. Okay, you know, sounds cool, but also extremely overbearing. Um, and so, I've been fortunate enough to be around a group of people that talk about this particular issue quite a lot. And so I've managed to come up with a different context from which to look at it that has drastically changed my life. And so I want to impart that to you because it's something I feel really passionate about. It's one of the main reasons I became a coach, and it's something I feel can benefit not only you, but the rest of the world as a whole. So, with that in mind, first off, what exactly what does it mean to live your purpose or have a purpose, or what does all that shit even mean? And I think the answer is as easy as asking, who are you? What do you like? What's important to you? And what pisses you off? So, who are you, and what do you like? Basically, what do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy being around people? Do you enjoy taking things apart and putting things back together again? Do you enjoy standing on a soapbox and talking about stuff that's important to you? Whatever it is. These are generally things that come naturally to you. They're a part of who you are, and when you do them, you feel good. You almost don't even notice that you're doing it. It's just a kind of part of who you are. And now I'm not necessarily saying that all the things you're already good at or the things you have to spend the rest of your life doing. Um, but I think they'll give you some interesting clues to help you dive into the things that are enjoyable for you. And the more you spend time doing things that are enjoyable for you, the more you'll get clear as to, what you really want to spend the rest of your life doing. And it's as simple as what makes you happy. Because, if you're living, your purpose, but you're not enjoying it, then what good does that do anybody? Because what we really need is a world of happy people doing exactly what they want to do. So cool, we figured that out. Second is what's important to you. And this one I feel is, one of the most important parts of the entire thing, because this is where what you do becomes a gift. It's like what is so important to you that you want to make sure the rest of the world has an opportunity to have. For me, it's freedom and happiness and an enjoy in a I don't know how to say this, but an experience of life that's enjoyable. And so I became a coach, because my entire life was about fighting for personal freedom, empowerment, and trying to make my life enjoyable. I suffered from incredible amounts of depression and anxiety, and so it became the torch that I took up for myself. And turns out I learned a lot about this on my path to, finding my own happiness, that it just became something I figured I wanted to teach the rest of the world about. And just so happens I really like doing it. So that fits two of the things, the criteria that we've talked about so far. So you kind of get a flavor of what I'm talking about. Um, and also, on the flip side of that same type of thing is like what pisses you off. What's something you want to make sure the world never has to deal with again. And for me, on the flip side of freedom is oppression. I had the experience of being really oppressed when I was a kid. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't. Kind of irrelevant. But my experience was one of being oppressed. And so I fought so hard for freedom because I know what oppression feels like. And I've taken it upon myself to make sure that no one ever has to feel that way ever again. And my methods are evolving just like your purpose will always evolve. So you got to figure out what's important to you, what pisses you off, what do you want to essentially make sure the world doesn't have to deal with anymore, what do you want to make sure they have the opportunity for, And what's a way of delivering that fits into who you are and what you like doing? And these aren't necessarily questions you have to have answered by the time you're done watching this video. These are questions you get to explore for the rest of your life on this planet. And that is amazing, because all you have to do is figure out what makes you happy and what's important to you. And in the process of doing that, you'll come more alive, you'll become more happy. And in my personal experience, you'll want the same for other people. It's just, you can't help it. It's a part of the experience of living in alignment with yourself and expressing yourself authentically. Just happiness seems to bubble up from nowhere. And you want that for the world. And so I want to encourage you to do these things just because, you know, two reasons. It makes your life really badass. It makes you have a lot of fun. You enjoy yourself, and you find miracles starting to happen. And by miracles, I mean like, you know, things that are almost unexplainable. There's just really awesome things starting to happen in your world that you're just like, holy crap, I don't have no idea how that happened. I'd be surprised if those things didn't start to happen to you when you start to live in alignment with who you are and what you want and what makes you happy. So I'm going to suggest you go ahead and do that. And not only for you, but for the rest of the world. You know, because if we have a bunch of people that are happy with who they are, feel that their gifts, their talents, they're all valuable and worth giving to the world and living from an authentic sense of happiness, to me, that's an ideal world. Everyone's happy. There's no need to fight. There's no need for envy or jealousy. Everyone's got everything they want. So I encourage you to go ahead and do it. Figure out who you are, what makes you happy, what pisses you off, and do something about it in a way that makes you happy. So thank you again for watching this video. This is something that's really important to me, and I appreciate your support. And if you want to talk more about this issue, please send me a message or give me a call. I'd be happy to talk to you about this a little bit more in detail. And good luck.